Sebastian, 2 goals in 2 games. Do you feel like your form is starting to kind of heat up right now?
Yeah, no, I think I'm feeling really good. I think the team, more importantly, is feeling really good. I thought we showed a lot of character today. Going down a couple goals, and I think that's one thing that we've incorporated in our game is that we don't put our head down and we showed character. And I think I'm more than anything, more than my goals and things like that. I'm more happy about that.
What are your thoughts about the way that Julian has sort of come into his own? I think over the last since you guys were in Orlando, and he's playing out of position, but he's really sort of being the Johnny on the spot.
Yeah.
How have you seen him kind of grow up over these last 2 games?
Yeah, no, that's my little bro, man. I mean, ever since last year, I've seen him progress so much, and he's been a lot has been asked of him. Especially playing out of position. Normally he's a defender by nature, but he's really stepped up, and I mean, his energy is incredible, his pace, his hunger, and it's contagious for all of us. So, having a guy that young, being fearless, I'm really happy for him, and I hope it keeps going.
Next question is to Damien Calhoun. Damien, now go ahead.
Hey, Sebastian, if you can walk us through your goal. Did you get a touch on that? It sort of looked like you might have or you might not have.
I don't know if the cameras could capture it, but I mean, all I had was to hit it with my chest, and then so I hit it sort of like it was going in, and then somebody, I think, on the Earthquakes kind of helped it in a little bit, but it was already kind of going the way, so I just had to help it on. It's all I really had as an option. So yeah, man, I mean, I'm happy we got the win. I mean, most importantly, that was a tough game. I mean, they're a tough team. They play very like an unorthodox style. So it's you can't approach it the normal way that you'd probably approach like how we're going to approach Portland. It's two completely different styles. So more than anything, we showed character, we battled, and yeah, I mean, we walked away with 3 points, which is the best part.
And also, is there a big difference? I mean, you guys fought out a tough one against LAFC, fought out this one here. Is it just character you guys are showing here the last 2 weeks?
I mean, I think more than anything, it's been. I mean, obviously I think we fixed a lot of the errors that we did in Orlando, and we really put our head down and worked on things like that. And I think the mental aspect kind of was like all we had left, to be honest. And I think it's showing now. I mean, just going a goal down, responding right away. I think normally last year we would have put our head down, and probably just accepted that we weren't going to come back. And that's, I mean, polar opposites. So, I mean, more than anything, I'm happy about that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Seb. Next question is to Scott French. Scott, go ahead.
Hey, Sebi, congrats on another goal and another good win.
Thank you.
When you first came to the Galaxy, you scored a lot of goals early on that season and was really one of the key goal scorers for that team. And since then, in part because of different roles that you've played, goal scoring hasn't been as much a part of your game. How do you look at it in terms of your responsibility for goals? And is this something that you're really kind of emphasizing, that you're in position to score more often this season?
Yeah. I think when I first got here, my position, even though it wasn't by nature, I was playing more as a winger, I adapted quick, and I knew that I was going to play that position more times than not. And I think since kind of Bruce left, and I've been put in many different positions because I can play them, and thankfully it's a good thing, but it kind of bites me in the butt a little bit because I think I do need that consistency in one position, and I think Guillermo now putting me in that 10 role kind of really gives me that freedom and liberty, and I know I'm up there, so it's kind of like I have nothing else in my mind now. It's kind of like it gives me a little bit of tunnel vision in that sense that I've got to either create goals or score them. So it's in a way it clarifies things for me.
Is this a position that you like? Is this a position that you feel you're natural for?
I think so. I think so, especially in the formation that we're playing it. I mean, we'll see when Chicharito comes back and things like that. But I think right now I'm really having some joy there. Yeah, I mean, and let's keep this going for sure.
Wonderful. Thanks.
Thanks.
One last question in English before we move on to Spanish. Giovanni Garcia, go ahead.
Hey, Sebastian. Congrats on your goal scoring there. Can you talk to me a little bit about like the midfield? It seemed like you've been doing a great job. You got the last 2 games, you guys have turned things around, and we've also seen like when Efrain Alvarez came in, it looked like it gave you guys an additional boost in that second half.
Yeah, man. No, I mean, again, this is you don't approach a game against San Jose the way Almeida wants them to play. It's very unorthodox, so it's kind of like you can't really compare it to any other style that we play against. So I think we had to adapt, and if you don't against this team, I think they will take advantage of that. But I think we did. And yeah, I mean, Efrain coming in the game, he's such a raw talent. I mean, he's going to be a special player as long as he puts his head down and works and focuses. He's going to be a great one. And yeah, he gave us definitely like a second win for sure.